I want you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you to shake it off, you bland bitch.
What up, y'all? It's KMV, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we are talking about SmackDown, March 20th, 2026, in North Carolina, with Wade and Joe on commentary at the Lenovo Center. I gotta say, man, I really think the problem with SmackDown, yes, 3 hours. I've bitched about the 3 hour mark before. But there's so many segments and interviews and in-betweens, all the matches, and matches have to run longer than they should just so they can fill this 3 hour time. When, Lord, can we go back to the 2 hour mark? You know, Raw has been so good. It has that 2.5 hour mark. You know what time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at the clock while I'm watching SmackDown. You know, we started off hot here. We started off with Drew and Jacob. You know, Drew drove a car into Jacob's car and pulls Jacob's body out and beats him. And then he comes out, Drew, and it's just like, how many times can I hear Drew McIntyre? I'm getting screwed over. It's just like, it's the same thing. I was happy when he was champion, but it's just like, Drew, we need something else. Could give me the disgruntled employee. Like last week, I quit. Just kidding. You now gonna make me quit? And it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. Then here goes Nick Aldis, and Nick Aldis making threats, and it's just like, okay, man. This is just over and over again, and over again. MFTs put up their tag team championships against Damian Priest and Truth, the new, very new tag team, and I think this is their third match. Here comes Uncle Howdy, the Lantern. Oh no, oh my. And he gets Solo, and of course they take out, JC takes out Uncle Howdy, goes in the ring, and they get beat by Damian and Truth to become new tag team champions. And I was like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, you got Motor City Machine Guns, you got Fraxium, you got all these other tag teams that are fucking going after the titles, and you just put Priest and Truth together, and 3 matches later, bada bing, bada boom, they're tag team champions. What the fuck? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me, but I guess congratulations to Damian and Truth. Then we go to Kathy with the Bella Twins, and there's Flair, there's Alexa. And they're like, oh, well, you skipped. I was like, yeah, come on, just move on. Okay, then we have, Danhausen. Got a little Danhausen action. Johnny Gargano. When is this laying down on his stomach and being sad and mopey thing going to pay off? Is it ever? Because Danhausen was like, I ain't waiting. I'm stealing $21 from this dude. Yeah. And he's sad. He's so sad. It's like, what's the payoff? Because he cut a really great promo, and he got his ass handed to him. So, then Kathy's with Sammy. Sammy, I'm so sad. I'm sad, Sammy. Then here goes Trick Willie. And the Lemon Pepper Steppers. Sammy has a match with Aleister Black. And Trick's like, I'll go out there and watch you. Maybe I can give you some pointers. And Sammy doesn't do anything. Okay. Fraxium versus Motor City Machine Guns. This was an awesome tag team match. I didn't really understand the Candice helping Motor City Machine Guns, going for it. And once again, these teams have been fighting over, becoming tag champs and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah. But Motor City Machine Guns get the win. We get Randy. I don't think Randy turning was a good idea. Yes, the face, baby face, this and that. As much as I love my Cody, I'm looking at my Cody right now. As much as I love my Cody Rhodes, he should have gone heel against Randy. And everyone on the internet, oh my God, the 2009 Randy. I was just like, yeah, I've been there, done that. I don't need to go back, and this is what's so stupid is that everybody just cheers for him anyway. So how am I supposed to be like, oh, you're disgusting and you're Randy and blah 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 blah? Because after he cuts his promo, he's not the best promo guy because the voices, And he walks in the back and here's Matt Cardona. And then he hits Matt Cardona and everyone's like, yeah! This is like... And he's on the phone with somebody. I don't like that aspect of it either. I'm sorry for being such a downer, but this SmackDown was really fucking boring. And I even watched the highlights before because I saw the show top to bottom, but I was like, oh man, I need to put on the highlights just so it's all reconnected in my brain. And even the highlights are like 20 minutes now. It's like your show's long and now your highlights are longer. Aleister Black versus Sami Zayn. Awesome match, man. Trick out there in his lemon pepper steppers and that beautiful coat. And, he gets in Zayn's face, throws some water on him. Zayn gets a little distracted, hits Trick, jumps back in the ring, and Aleister Black, bam, takes him out. Then Sammy's back to being sad. Next with Matt. Matt's like, I knew these two guys for a long time. Something needs to happen. Not a Lash promo because they have a big tag team match tonight. Oh, yeah. Okay. Jade comes out looking great. Jade Cargo. And calls out Rhea. Rhea does her thing. Jade does her thing. I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm the bitch. You're the bitch. We're all the bitches, And I was like, okay. It was okay. It was a little back and forth between these two. Then here comes Meechin and B-Fab as Jade's walking away. And it's like, oh, Jade's going to get her ass kicked. Oh, my gosh, because Meechin has clowned Jade a couple times, made her flinch, and all this and that. They fought before, Jade, and I was like, okay, why is Meechin and B-Fab? And then the one thing happened that I did not want to happen, and I was like, what in the actual fuck? Meechin and B-Fab has joined Jade, and now they're just weird little faction. And they beat down Rhea, and I'm like, what the? Who asked for this? You did. No, I didn't. Put it back. Put it back on the shelf. Why? You've been teasing this feud for a while. I know you ain't gonna do anything with Meechin. I sure as hell know you ain't gonna do anything with B-Fab. So just put him with Jade. Now she has her own posse. I hope there's some explanation, but that was stupid. It's more Danhausen. Miz says he's cut because he was cussed by Danhausen. Said he had a terrible vacation. He got delayed in Hawaii or something like that. And Kit's like, I'm going to call out Jelly Roll. And here comes Danhausen. And, cussed. MFTs are in the back. This was funny because the Solo was so serious. And they did this whole thing where you're like, you guys lost it, not me, blah, blah, blah. And then I think Tama Tonga goes, you know what you sound like? You sound like Roman. And Solo's like, oh, it's supposed to be that moment where you're kind of like, oh, nope. Just cut straight to Jacob Batu and Drew beating each other's ass. Because they did in the starting of the show, and now they're fighting here when Jacob went through Drew in the starting, and now Jacob and Drew here. And that's kind of the thread throughout the night. So... my match of the night next, though, for the United States Championship is Melo versus Ilya Dragunov. And hell yeah, brother, this match was awesome. And you can't go wrong with these two. You can't go wrong with these two at all. But these two put on one hell of a banger. I really enjoyed it. I like the fact that it ended in a quick roll-up after a sunset flip. And Melo got the win. So, yeah, I think Ilya's shoulder was up, too. That's so the ref couldn't see. So give me more Melo and Ilya Dragunov. They can wrestle for the whole hour. I don't care. Just give me those two again. Truth is with Priest. Then here's Randy. Then Jelly Roll. I'm like, get this guy off my TV. Then we go into Kit Wilson and Jelly Roll. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I fast forward through this section, but I saw it in the highlights and just basically talked about dicking down Kit Wilson's mom. It was a poetry slam or what? I don't know. I was like, sigh. What the fuck? Move on. Kiana, Julia, Chelsea, Alba, Lash, not, same old. Then Nick's with Jelly, and Jelly's apparently going to face Kit Wilson next week. Woo! Can't wait in Pittsburgh for Jelly Roll versus Kit Wilson. Bring back Bad Bunny. That's all I'm saying. What's next? Main event-ish. Lash, Nia versus Bella Twins. Of course, Charlotte comes out. Alexa comes out. And there's a no contest because they all get in a fight. There's a beatdown. Nia and Lash holding championships again. Yeah. Then here comes Randy again. Then here comes Matt Cardona. And this is the problem. He was on the phone. I'm going to go make things right. Goes out there and I don't know. It's just so, I don't know. He started beating down Matt Cardona. Then he snapped his hand in the chair. Then the crowd's like, one more time. It's like, see? Like, Randy turning heel was a bad idea. You didn't need Randy to turn heel at all. This could just be about his legacy and getting number 15. But he beats down Matt Cardona. No one gives a shit. Yeah. Then we have Jacob and Drew again, fighting outside on this tower or whatever, and then ends that way. And the next week we'll be in Pittsburgh. Stand and Delivers April 4th, I believe, in a couple weeks. The weekend of Easter. So we stand and deliver. But yeah, that was a shitty SmackDown. Long, nothing really. My match of the night is Mello versus Ilya Dragunov. There's really no moment of the night. Well, except for the Drew and Jacob stuff. Those were fun. But I give it a 2 out of 5 for this SmackDown. March 20th, 2026. Wade Joe on commentary in North Carolina at the Lenovo Center. So tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KB the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life. Brother.
And I've got an apology I got to make to Cody next week. He's obviously not here tonight, but I am sorry. Matt, will you forgive me?